Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Hanley from On the Line with episode 112. Tonight we're chopping it up with Forever Fresh. He's got a lot to say. I had a little conversation with him the other day before we set up this interview, so looking forward to chopping it up with him. Episode sponsored as always by Diamonds Rising. Make sure you go check their stuff out. June Fargo, what's going on, bro? June Fargo's Alone record drops on September 22nd. Make sure you go pre-save that. Fresh just jumped in. He's going to send a request and we'll get to it. But yeah, make sure you check out that Alone single by June Fargo coming out on 22nd of September. My guy.
Yo, what's goody, bro?
It's good, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Oh, you already know, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, for the people that aren't even live right now who are going to end up watching this afterwards, you want to let them know who you are and a little about yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I go by the name of Forever Fresh. Originally, my name is Fresh. That's my nickname. I had it since a baby. But as an artist, I had to go with Forever Fresh, so I could not so I could stand out as far as in the search engines and stuff. So Fresh was too generic, so I go by the name Forever Fresh, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Right now, I'm out in New Hampshire, all over New England. To be honest, I've been a little bit of everywhere, but originally from Brooklyn, up here now. Just putting in that work in the music scene, the underground music scene, with a lot of these dope artists out here. Just putting in work, just trying to get it done.
Yeah. I know when we first started talking the other day after me and Just Cause's episode, you mentioned you'd work with a lot of Vermont artists yourself.
Absolutely. I pretty much touch base with everybody in Vermont that's worth touching base with. I mean, everybody's an artist nowadays, but I mean, all the heavy hitters out there, I either came up with them or like met them along the way and put in a lot of work with them. So I give a lot of love to those VT artists for sure.
So who are some of the artists, like that, just a few you can name off right now, like that people who are from Vermont would be familiar with if they're in touch with the scene, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. So like I started with Young Breeze. So everybody in VT, if you don't know Young Breeze, you got a problem. That whole street
But I've been saying it.
facts. Pretty much the whole street religion team. I did some work with Jibba the Gent. I mean, I've been connected with like Conflict. Uh,
Conflict's nice. Haven't
Conf-
interviewed him, but he's nice.
yeah, we just did a tour last month. We was together, so we really got to kick it. We talking about working in the future. We got some stuff that we working on, so hopefully get to cooking that up real soon. A little bit of everybody, to be honest. Like even Fargo. I saw June Fargo was on here. Me and Fargo worked a lot heavy. That's my guy. Even though we ain't talking right now, I still love you, bro.
He's
We
he's he's got some dope vocals on that man. That man can sing.
That man could do a lot of everything, to be honest. Like I didn't.
Hell yeah,
Even,
he's versatile as hell.
we sat in
But
my crib one day. I heard him do country. He was playing around, just doing some country like vocals. I'm like, this man is a monster. He's definitely he got a great voice for real.
good. And I find like street religion or artists, a lot of them are very versatile. If not all of them are versatile.
Honestly, it's one of the toughest camps out there. In VT, I got to give it to them. Like in VT, the street religion team is really holding it down. They got everything you need on that squad, and if they don't got it, they know how to make it work. So I was a part of that group myself way back in the days, and I'm still kind of I'm affiliated, to say the least. I can't say I rep it to like as my main squad or anything like that, but definitely an affiliate.
Do you have a main squad you're with right now, or is it just strictly Forever Fresh?
I mean, right now it's like I'm part of my management team, and like we all kind of rock together, but that's not like a group. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm more of a solo artist now. At one point, I was in a group called the Horsemen. That came, we did a lot, made a lot of noise, and then that kind of went the same way. It went kind of quick, but uh, nah. Right now, I really ride dolo. It's just me and my homie Just Cause. Like we've been doing a lot of stuff together. As far as like we went on tour together last month, but it's not like we a duo group or nothing like that. But that's my homie. Yeah, it's just me riding right now.
How have the response on the tour has been lately?
Yo, honestly, the tour was amazing, bro. Like it was my first tour, and to be able to travel to all these different states, meet up with all these different new artists that I didn't know, so like it was great. Like I got a lot of good feedback. We both got a lot of good feedback on that, even to the point they asked us to come out again. Another date coming up in October. They want us to come out to do the RA the Rugged Man show. So like, just off of what we did on that tour, we got a lot of ears and eyes on us. So that was definitely a great experience, no lie.
Yeah, no, that's dope, bro. That's dope to hear. And you guys have that Termanology birthday bash coming up in October too, right?
Hell yeah, that's coming up October 6th at Jewel Nightclub in Manchester. That shit is gonna be crazy, bro. Like I'm so looking forward to it. Like it's gonna be the one to be out to. I tell everybody now, like you don't want to miss this show because it's not just a regular show. It's really a celebration. So we got other people coming out that normally wouldn't be out at the shows, just coming out to show love for the homie Term.
Yeah, definitely. He deserves the flowers and the love, man. That guy's an OG in this shit.
Absolutely. I just been working with him and like honestly he pulled me under his wing and like that was like one of the biggest things for my career at this point because like he really like we did a track together and ever since then like he been putting me on the major video shoots, big shows, just throwing opportunities to me, getting me in some doors that I wasn't in like last year and stuff. So like I really appreciate that man. So I'm gonna definitely show him some love on his day
So
for real.
did that start unfolding after you did that you and me track or me and you track, sorry?
Yeah, cause it's crazy though, cause I
Oh,
actually opened
shout out Big Homie West for producing that beat.
shout out big homie West. Yo, he threw me that beat for the love too. Like we was in the studio in Vermont with Nick LaRoe, working this one weekend and like we was working on beats, getting some songs banged out, and then I went back home and then he hit me. He's like, "Yo, I got something for you. Nobody heard it." He sent me that shit, and I was like, "Oh God, I got to do this justice." And once I came up with the concept, first person I could think of was Term. I was like, "Yo, I need this because it got that real gritty, old school feel." So I was like, "Let me reach out to Term and see if we can make this happen," and we did. But yeah, not as far as Term, like I opened for him a couple times before, at a couple different venues and stuff. You know, we linked up, we met, and that was that. But after we did the track together, that's when it really started to take off.
So you guys were familiar with each other before you guys landed on that track together?
Yeah, I mean, we stood in the same room, took pictures together and stuff like that on multiple occasions. Like I hosted a show that he did up in BT one time. Um, I think Jibba was the main host of that one. So like yeah, I definitely linked with him a couple times before that. But after that song, we was able to chill. Like we start chilling in the studios, chilling out, hanging like when we out like at a couple different venues, just chilling, kicking it for the whole night and stuff. So like we really got tight after really doing that track because he got to see the type of artist I was, and after kicking it with me, he felt the vibe. And he was like, yo, he started fucking with me.
That's what's up. Yeah, shout out home, Big Homie West.
Just
We just brought you up, dog.
just about
I
to
wasn't
say
gonna forget
that.
about you.
Shout out the big homie.
Big Homie knows I always shout him out when his credits due. I always keep like the people in the back of my mind that I know if I'm touching on a subject and they're relevant to the subject,
Hell yeah.
they might as well be thrown in. You know.
Fuck big
So
homie was going to radio show up in VT one time. I remember he brought me and my homeboy Flex up there, and we was on the radio station that he had. So that was mad love from him since then. Like we've been tight ever since then. So that was always a good look.
I'm just waiting on my Big Homie West T-shirt, bro. I mean, he knows he's slacking and shit, but I mean, it's all love. It's all good. I understand. You might not have badass white boy sizes. That's cool, but you
You
know,
know, got them triple X wides.
you know, like I was back in the white tee era. I was wearing a 5XL just to fit.
Oh, trust me, I'm from Brooklyn, bro. I was doing the same thing. Big ass t-shirts, big ass hats. That was the look for a couple years.
And no one ever bent the brim. People still don't bend the
Nah,
brim. I mean, but
nah,
depends on the hat. But I mean, like an NY fitted, if you have the hat bent, you
nah.
better have a reason. You better have been beat up or something.
Absolutely, absolutely. You don't wear those hats if the bill been on its own. You got to get rid of it.
You gotta go cop a new one, bro. Like ASAP. Fuck
Facts.
your rent. You need a new fitted.
Straight up.
I just a random question because we're on the topic. Are you fitted guy or do you wear the snapbacks or strapbacks?
Yo, I grew up in the fitted
Me
era.
too.
I ain't gonna even hold you. I used to make fun of people with snapbacks. Now I'm full snapback, bro. I mean, this is fitted right here, but I do snapbacks because you know they last longer.
It's true. They do. They do last a lot longer. But with that being said, like the whole Terminology song being produced by Big Homie West, do you have any more? I know, do you have anything else coming out with Terminology that you're working on? Because I've seen some of the posts. You have a lot of posts recently with them.
Yeah, well, like I said, we've been locked in ever since we did that show. So like some places he'll invite me out to, like to just to come chill. Sometimes he'll invite me out to hop on the set. So after that, we always just kick it afterwards. You know, you're a real cool dude, and we both love Hennessy. I mean, right now I'm taking a break from drinking, but we love to drink our Hennessy after the shows and just chill and vibe out on some real shit.
It, it sounds like the type of shit I'm on when I'm after a show. It's always Hennessy, bro.
Hey, I gotta get out to Canada then, so we can do that.
Bro, like I told you, man. Once you have everything sorted out and you're ready, just hit me up and I'll figure something out.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, uh, what do you have in the process of being done right now? Just singles, or do you have a project that's in the works?
Well, it's crazy. I've been working on this project for like, honestly, it's like 8 months. I've been working on this project. It's coming out soon though. It's called No Ordinary Days. Pretty much I've been out doing a lot of dope shit and everything like that, to where the point I was like, yo, I had to change what I usually rapped about because I wanted to talk about this lifestyle that I was living. So it was titled No Ordinary Days. I wanted it to be longer, but some things changed. So I'm like, you know what? I got to get that out now so people could feel what that vibe was before I could transition to whatever's coming up next, you know?
Yeah.
So that I'm trying to drop that on November 29th. That's my birthday. So I always try to drop a project then just to celebrate, my own self and give something back to the people at the
Yeah.
same time.
What day was that?
November 29th.
November 29th? All right, so you guys heard it. November 29th,
No,
No Ordinary Days by Forever Fresh. That's going to be coming out. We'll do a follow-up when that comes around so we could maybe be on one of these episodes while it drops. I mean, I did that
no doubt.
for
Yeah.
Breeze. I did that for Breeze and Jelani Sky, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's when I was on that joint too. It was a blessing to be in that one too.
Yeah, I remember that track now. That was when I was going through it today. I saw the name when Just Cause brought it up. I heard the name and I'm like, where do I know that shit from? And then I remember like when the track came out that Big Homie West produced, I was pushing it for you guys on my pages before I had
Oh,
even spoke with you guys. So I mean I've
oh,
been
that's
talking to
dope.
Big Homie West for like probably just about a year now. But yeah, definitely that track was fucking hard, bro. That was a nice track.
Appreciate that, bro. But that one took a lot, and it really do mean a lot to me now because like that's my latest of my industry features, and I feel like that's the best one I was able to put out so
Who
far.
are some of the other industry features that you had?
I work with Reef the Lost Cause and Ren Thomas in the past.
Okay, yeah, Ren Thomas, I'm
As
familiar
far as
with. I need to get him on here.
what was that? I missed that. My bad.
I need to get Ren on here.
Oh, word, shit, yeah. He probably hop on. Like Ren are good people too.
I, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of like industry established artists, and like from when I was doing music and shit to like now when I'm doing this media and podcast type stuff. How are the artists that you met that are, let's say, industry established? How do you find them in person as compared to when you listen to their music? You find a big change in a lot of them, or
Yo, honestly, most of them are real chill dudes because like I've opened for a lot of people in the past, and whenever we get to link up with them, whether it be in the green room or like just yo, can I get a flick, blah blah blah, chopping it up. Most of them been stand up dudes. Like they real cool people. They real chill. They don't act like they above you as an artist. They kind of understand what it is being an underground artist coming up because they've been in those same shoes. So like for the most part, they've all showed mad love on some real.
that's what's up. So I like to hear that because they always say don't meet your like favorite artists or shit like that. And like I did have that experience, bro. When I met Joe Budden, that shit was
Oh,
trash.
Joe Budden's an asshole though. He an asshole. Like that's somebody I wouldn't even want to meet.
I feel you. I think if he was a little more drunk, he would have been a little more nice.
That's the thing.
It was like, this was years ago. This was like 2011 or something, and it was like I don't know. It was just it was wild. It was a good night. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was probably one of my best performances. But I mean, he was just on stage talking mad shit about Tyree and shit. I was like, bro, come on, you do this on every record, bro. You don't have to do it at the shows.
Yeah, right.
Steve,
Get over
man,
that
why you
already.
calling
Like
me when
chill.
you know I have a goddamn fucking. I'm like,
I
I'm
made
trying
sure to tell people don't hit me up right now.
to keep calling me. What is going on? I'm gonna shit. My bad, bro. Uh,
That's all good, man.
so yeah, man. Tell me a little more about the project that you have that you're working on. No Ordinary Days. Like, what's the concept behind it? Just nothing's the same now. In maybe like considering like your past, like everything, like the days are different than what they used to be.
Absolutely. It felt like every day I was doing something dope. Something that I wouldn't normally be doing. Like all kind of crazy shit. I'm talking about from riding horses to traveling places, just doing all types of different type of stuff that I wasn't doing every day. That's stuff that I would be doing like twice, 3 times a year, but it became like ordinary. So it's like nothing seemed like not to say nothing impressed me or like excited me, but it was just like, damn, this shit is happening so ordinary. It's like nothing. There's no ordinary days for me. So like, I know to wake up and it's gonna be something dope. So like, I kind of came up with this project, and it was a little. I'm like a braggadocious type artist a little bit, but this one was like on a whole nother level. I was like just talking my shit, knowing I could talk my shit instead of just being somebody, just talking out their ass. So I was kind of staying true to that one, and I got 6 songs on it right now, and you could tell that it's like the level of it is just way different, and it's just me talking some real shit.
You have anything from that project you can play right now?
I got me and you was on there, the one with Term, that's on there. I kind of dropped that early as a single because I was like, I needed something to drop this year to get people attention back on things. So I was like, because my last project dropped I think it was 2022. Yeah, 20. No, yeah, 20. I dropped the album Groundwork. My first, not my first album, my second album. It came out. Damn, I want to say it came out last year, but I think it came out the year before. To be honest, I just been riding away for that for a whole year, and yeah. Wait, I got lost right there. That just threw me all the way
Oh,
through
good.
a loop.
So the Groundwork album, how many tracks is on that? Because I was listening to some of that today. I didn't get through the whole thing.
That one is 15 tracks. Like I usually try to put 15 because that's like my number that I used to play ball. So that's the number I wore on my jersey. So I keep like 15 tracks on it. And that was like my best body of work, It really got picked up and reciprocated real well by people. Like the numbers went through the roof. I couldn't believe it. So like I really just rode the wave of that one for like almost a whole year, to be honest, before I even thought about making another project.
And you have a lot of visuals for that project?
Yo, that I got so many visuals for that project. But me, I was the person that I wouldn't pay a cameraman, like, because I would shoot a video when I'm away somewhere.
Yeah.
So like, you can't bring a cameraman, you can't set up a stage, nothing to shoot a video when you're on vacation somewhere. So it's like I would shoot a lot of these videos on the phone and then send it to my peoples to have them edit it the best they can. And I kind of like that because it made my videos like raw, old school type feel. You know what I'm saying? Not like a
Yeah.
whole bunch of lights and glitz and glamour. It was just like, yo, this is what I'm doing right now, so you can see it.
Yeah. What's one of the videos that got picked up the most when you released it?
Oh man, I ain't gonna front. Actually, this one wasn't a video phone one. It was with Hard to Breathe with me and Young Breeze. We actually had Sammy Chan shoot that one, and that video is off the Groundwork album, and that shit took off. It was up to like 13,000 streams on YouTube, and like the numbers just are crazy. So it's like that's definitely my most engaging video, and the one that I'm like that really boosted off of
Yeah.
Groundwork.
Shout out Sammy Chan, bro. He puts together some magic behind that camera.
Sammy is a genius, yo. He been working I watched him when he got his first camera, and to where he at now, that man put in a lot of work, time, and he don't care about going wherever he got to go to get a good video. So like that man really be busting his ass. So we all got to give him his credit too because Sammy make us look good.
He does a lot of great work with that camera, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
So, with all the upcoming performances and stuff like that, like opening for Termanology and stuff like that, you have any other big shows that are in the works that you've already solidified, or are you still working on getting bookings?
Well, right now it's some stuff that my shout out to my manager. He working on some things right now, and I don't know if it's too early to talk about it, but uh, I'll just say it because people need to know. Like I think he's working on something right now that's gonna bring out Millie's and Albial, which is something that we ain't doing a couple years since Millie's like kind of went through the roof. Like we opened for like 2 times when he was climb like Blanco 3 and then Blanco
Yeah.
2 era.
He
So
just did
now
his
he done.
Canadian tour. He just came through our city a couple months back.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Crazy. He bring that energy, man. I always knew that he was gonna take off. Like I was a big fan of Dave East, and I was like, Dave East gonna
Yeah.
be the man forever. And then when he linked up with Millies, I was like, yo, Millies is about to take over his spot. I can see it happening, and damn sure he did it.
One of the first tracks, I think, I'm pretty sure the name of the track by Millie's that I got put onto, and it was because of the artist Mercules from out here in Canada.
Oh,
He was promoting it on his YouTube. I think it was called Prom Night. But that joint, I heard that, and I was like, this is not what I was expecting with a title like this.
yeah. I don't even think I heard that track, which is crazy because I do rock with Merc. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's definitely a good one. And the collabs he's done with Merc are pretty nice.
Fact.
It's
Yo,
just,
shout out Breeze.
I
I see
need all
Breeze
these.
in there.
What's that?
My bad. I saw Breeze in there. He was shouting out some of these titles that we done worked on.
Yeah. Homie says, bro at the top looks hungry. I'm always hungry, man. You see how big I am? Come on, man. Shit.
Shit, I'm hungry right now too. I ain't gonna front. I just don't look it.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, y'all should be grateful I ain't doing this shit with my shirt off. God damn. But no, for visuals in regards to the album you're putting out now, you said it's not as long as you wanted it to be, right? Like the entire project. So what are you gonna do for visual wise? What are you gonna do for that album?
Well, so far I got one of those tracks already. Pretty much it's already out. It's on YouTube, but the song's not released. So I put that one out. It's called "Don't Get It Mistaken," and I shot that one in the Virgin Islands. So like that one is like again, it's a video that I shot on the iPhone. So it's not like the the craziest looking video as far as everything, but it means a lot to me because to be able to shoot a video in a place like that is kind of hard to do. So
Yeah,
I got that one out. Me and Term is working on Me and You right now. We
that's
trying to
dope.
wait till like before the album drops, so I'm hoping like this month or October, like we're gonna get that done and that's gonna be out the way. Trying to get Sammy on that one too, so he can make that come to life for us. But yeah, that's what I'm working on
That'll
now.
also be a
And
solid connect for Sammy Chan to have if Term ever needs video work. I mean, like like that's the
back.
type of like silent reciprocation that people don't notice, but they should.
Yeah, real talk.
You know what
Because the
I mean?
quality he put out is the same quality as some of these people he paying crazy money to get the video shot for. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? It's like I'd rather go to the guy that really care about his work instead of the guy that's just trying to get a buck. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Like people always say, man, like your friends and shit that do the work and shit you want for free, but you go pay somebody top dollar that you don't know. Like
yeah,
make it make sense.
yeah,
Like
it's crazy, and I can't even front. I've kind of been like a culprit of that when it came to like mixing, getting some mixes and stuff like that. But yeah, nah, that ain't the way to move. If you got a friend that's a homie that's putting in that work, no matter what it is, whether it's writing interviews, videos, mixing music, whatever it is, you got to support them too because they just support you the same way.
yeah, exactly, man. Reciprocation is big in this game, but a lot of people seem to forget it.
Facts,
You know?
facts, facts.
So, yeah, show your Sammy Chan TV.
Yo, what
Yeah,
up?
that's crazy though,
Oh,
man. That video for me and you is gonna be dope, I'm sure. And now that I hear who's filming and like the track itself, I was like, I hope they do a video for this.
oh yeah,
I was
it's in the
pretty
making.
sure you would. I mean, it was put out as a single with Term, so I mean,
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna let this one go to waste.
yeah,
That's for sure. So we just really trying to find a dope venue right now. I got a couple in mind. Trying to get that scheduled up and get everything in line. With the cameraman, with Term schedule, because he be everywhere in the world. So like, just trying to lock in a date where we can all get together and get this done. It shouldn't take long to do it because we both, we know what we want to do with this video. So hopefully I get everything lined up real soon. Like early October is what I'm thinking.
word. You want to play that Me and You track for the people who haven't peeped it yet, just to give them an idea?
Yeah, sure. No, I got you.
And then I know you got some stories that you could tell from other artists you've worked with, so I want to get into the stories.
I got you, bro. So I'm gonna play this right now. This is off my upcoming album. It's Me and You featuring
Yo,
Termanology. Hopefully this shit comes out. Let me know what the sound like. Good. Hey yo, I'm up next. I don't see the need for drama. Big and ballin', like Victor Wembanyama. Been out here chasing commas since I knew about $1. I'ma fight for my brother, like Rocky did Apollo. Ain't no follow for a follow. Your fan base is shallow. Me on top too tough to swallow. With a gallow off with your head. Just know it costs to be the boss. You heard what I said. I'm really out here living, looking like you niggas dead. The road to success, now that's a long journey. We can never talk business, now we go to attorneys. So fly wrote this on the plane, we're not the same. Being that dude, one thing that never changed. What's the difference between me and you? I feel good in my skin, but I know you hate being you. The road was tough, so I swerved through. Whoever said they was hotter than me, they got some nerve, dude. What's the difference between me and you? I feel good in my skin, but I know you hate being you. The road was tough, so I swerved through. Whoever said they was hotter than me, they got some nerve, dude. It's me against the world, all eyes on me. I'm ready to die, got kids, so I gotta provide. I'd rather get high, stroke a chick, I'm taxing get fly. I can't lie, when you that guy, it's hard to survive. From a place where the skinny niggas ride, it's still the same place that most men have died. I was raised, trust no one, 2 fingers in the sky. Since the youth seen shit that make a grown man cry. I never asked why, I just went harder than anyone around me. In the park playing ball, smoking green is where they found me in the 90s. Was growing, trying to figure who I was, how to hustle, how to fight. I learned it all from my cuz. They hate to show love, still got me a little buzz. Trying to watch out for the fun, still doing just what I does. You know, honestly, it ain't too many I trust. I am who I am, blame it on the man above. What's the difference between me and you? I feel good in my skin, but I know you hate being you. The road was tough, so I swerved through. Whoever said they was hotter than me, they got some nerve, dude. What's the difference between me and you? I feel good in my skin, but I know you hate being you. The road was tough, so I swerved through. Whoever said they was hotter than me, they got some nerve.
What's the difference between me and you? We can start at the genius, smile or at the vehicle. I got a vehicle, had him lead too. Got a crib, offices. I got a champagne, flutes, and booth. Need a leader too, right? To make, let's see a leader. OGs fed us the jewels, like don't be a fool. Industry full of them shows, let them eat forever fresh, like flavor, content catalyst. Implements the case slate, like see me on stack or sway. It's in the hood, it's on hate. Everybody like a vision for the future. Trying to fuck you, see them like future. Boom boxes in the trunk, old school booster. It's some salute.
What's the difference between me and you? I feel good in my skin. I know you hate being you. It's tough, so I swerve. Stop because the hook just goes like loops one more. So I had to get that one in there.
Yeah, that beat's crazy, bro. Big Homie West did a nice one with that one.
He did that justice. I ain't gonna front. When he gave it to me, yo, this is, I gotta make it happen.
Has that old school raw New York sound to it.
Exactly, yeah. I loved it, man. I fell in love because I grew up in that era. I'm like, I look young, but I'm older than what I look. So like, that's the era I grew up in, and I kind of stay true to that in my music. Like, I can switch up and try to sound like new age cats. I just don't know how people could follow these trends because it's day to day, it's going tomorrow. So like, I stay true to myself for 10 years in the game. So like, people realize that and they understand. Like, they know me when they hear it. They're like, oh, that's fresh. Or they think it's somebody else. Like, there's so many artists that you hear them, you can hear the artists that they're trying to sound like. When they come to me, like, it's just me, you know, like, I'm never going to switch up from him. I'm going to talk about the same shit. I'm going to kind of keep the same cadence, but switch it up here and there. But, yeah, that's it.
Hey, so how long have you been making music for, like, in total, then?
Truthfully, like, I've been in it, like, my first project I ever was on came out 10 years ago in 2013. But I've been rhyming since I was young. Everybody had rhyme in Brooklyn. They had their books that they write their rhyme. Like, the first time I actually tried to freestyle anything, I grew up on the block at Troy Ave. So like, it was me, him, and a couple of the homies just rapping over beats as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was like Uchi Wally and like the Heat beats that the Rough Riders made days. Like,
Yo, hold on
back then.
1 second. You're cutting out a little bit.
Oh,
You're
shit.
cutting out a bit. Give it 1 second.
I got 3 bars.
Fucking IG always bugging, man. Either they're getting me kicked off for fucking days at a time for no reason, or my fucking shit just starts getting all choppy.
Yo, I know how that. What's good? What's good? Shout out everybody for tuning in. Seeing things pop up here that I'm real familiar with. So, like, it's good to see that y'all tuned in and to hear my shit.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I love when people come in and they engage in the conversation, you know?
Right.
Even if they're talking about how hungry I look. Bro.
all the interactions. We'll take all the interaction.
Hell yeah. You know, it just helps with the insights, bro. Just keep talking. So what are some stories that stick with you with like working with the artist, whether it's industry established or underground? Like what are some stories that have stuck with you?
Oh man, I got some stories that I probably can't on this. But there's been some like, I'm talking about festival moments where like me and the homie Breeze Death was chilling with Block McCloud. I actually ended up backstage with Slane. It was just, let's just say we was lit and we been around somebody like Slain at that time, but we had some good aspects like that. But I had a lot of good moments with just pretty much everybody that I work with because the vibes has always been right. Like, let's see what I can think of. I mean, how far I go? I remember one time I actually been on stage with KRS-One. That was like one of the biggest moments at the thing, and he did like open like after he was doing shit, he threw he had like a cipher. He brought people up on stage, so like he actually handed me the mic, and then like on some real shit, like, I didn't know what. Like, I was ready before I got in my hand. I was like, oh, I'm saying this, I'm saying this. And when he gave me that mic, I was like, I just like, froze. I did spit some bars, but I was that's a moment that I can never forget because that's the teacher. He kind of paved the way for us all to be where we are right now.
Yeah. Breeze says Fresh was part of the basement days, and I'm a little familiar with what he means by that. So what are some memories from those days of the basement days with like SR for you?
I remember going the hardest, but I remember this with RG, rest in peace, RG, forever RG. Like I remember sitting in the basement and we would be working. Then these motherfuckers want to go outside and slap box and shit like that. So like it was just like the vibe just made me feel like I was home. Like, the best music came out of that basement. Like we were so hungry back then. Like it kind of put the fire in me to get to where I'm at right now because I wouldn't have did most anything where I'm at right now, especially with Breeze. Because I remember one time, like I was about to quit. I was living in New York and I had started up a recording studio. It was like a top-notch recording studio. I was doing some things that I couldn't believe I was doing. I had somebody financially backing everything, so like I was really putting work in, and that shit kind of fell right before the opening. And I was like, yo, fuck this. I'm not doing music. I'm not doing none of that. So like I ended up back in Vermont. Breeze like, yo, come on, you come back. You got SR. You're gonna be a part of the team. And then from there, that kind of picked everything up. We started doing huge shows. I'm talking about getting a lot of vacation, notoriety, newspapers, all types of shit. Like it was just like the best experience to be an artist. It was great. Like the coming up part of the music was great. Like. But it's been a lot of experiences making music that I can really sit back, just being in the game that I can sit back and think of that's been like memorable to me. Like I'll never forget.
You feel like that being part of like the SR in the early days, like you said, you're still affiliated, but you're in it like years back. You feel like that was a crucial part of your coming up.
Absolutely. Being locked in with artists that was super talented and super hungry to get noticed, it put that same thing in me because like I started later than some of them, like a little bit older than them. They was more like groomed to the game to say that. So like they kind of knew what they was doing at the moment, and I'm still trying to get the whole thing out. So like just being around like that, I got my head in the place to know like I need to go like this, so I can figure this out, figure that out. Yeah, that shit. Like I miss those times because we'd be on the road on shows, 2 a night, back-to-back nights, like just putting in as much work as possible. Like, and then as time go on, like you slow down for like you spacing shows get spaced out, things different. But I miss that back. Well, say that I miss that hungry game. You you get kind of like a lot more stuff, but I want to go back to that. I need that hunger, that fire back in me. You help, bro.
Just trying to get you. You're just lagging a little bit. I'm trying to wait for you to come back a little bit before I continue. Can you hear me? Yo, you think if you leave the video for a second, come back in, it might work out better. You think you can do that real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. He'll be right back, yo. Selfish Prez hit me up with a follow. I want to chop it up with you. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in. There he is. Thank you all. If you're not following me, give me a follow. If you're looking for an interview, you can hit me up. We'll set something up. If you're not following Forever Forever Fresh. Make sure you tap in with him. He's on a wave right now. It's very dope to see. My bad, yo. I just wanted the connection to get a little tighter, but I think I may have fucked it up. But worst case, I start up another one and then just combine them like I did for the other one. All right, yo. This is episode 112. We're gonna have an additional part to 112. I'm gonna have them reconnect. I'm gonna jump out of this one. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not. Oh, there we go.
Yo, my bad. I don't know what's going on right now.
IG's just bugging, bro, but I'm glad we were able to get you back on. I figured if you jumped out and came back on, the connection would be a little better.
Yeah, now it's definitely moving on now. It was like I seen that when I was off.
So yeah, with the SR being crucial to like getting your hunger back and stuff now, where's your head at in the sense of like where you're headed to next with the music shit?
Now you lagging. I missed that one, bro. It was lagging.
So in regards to like how you said the SR days brought your hunger back, in the sense of where you're at now with your headspace and with your doing music, where do you plan on taking it to next? What's your next level that you're trying to manifest?
Yo, honestly, I've been through a lot of shit over the last year, and it kind of had me in and out of the game as far as like consistency. Um, but lately, after doing this tour, linking up with Term and everything like that, it kind of it put that fire back in me. Like I'm ready to go harder, give it one last run. You know what I'm saying? Because sorry about that.
It's all good.
Yeah, nah, it brought that fire back in me. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I'm ready to put in some work, crank out some music. You know, just really get back into the nitty gritty of the music scene. Like just really, I was in the studio with the homies, just networking with people, getting shit done. Like it's back in me now. I just got to get out there and make it start happening again.
And you're in the epicenter of hip hop in New York. There's so many artists in New York. It's oversaturated like a motherfucker.
Well,
What's some advice you'd give newcomers coming into it right now, like just like brand new newcomers trying to start their music scene? What's some advice you'd give them after being in it and from New York for so long?
absolutely. Well, I'm not in New York now, but I am in New Hampshire. But the
Oh
best
yeah,
artist,
that's right. My bad.
it's all good.
Originally from New York.
Yeah, I still rep it to the death. But nah, some good advice for artists coming into the game, like. Don't let anybody saturate your music. Always stay true to you. Make the music that you want to make. Because a lot of people like try to be like, oh, you should sound like this, or they don't like it because you don't sound like Lil Baby or the Baby, whatever. Any of them. It's like stay true to you as an artist. Get your message out before you worry about what anybody else think. Because that's the main important part about it. Is like getting your story told. Like making sure people understand you. Don't try to be somebody else in your music. Just really stay true to what you want to do and grind, bro. Like don't be afraid to spend some money on yourself to try to get some PR or you got to put some money into yourself in order to get it back, you know. So a lot of
You
people
gotta
think they
spend
can
money to
do it.
make money sometimes, bro.
Definitely do.
Especially this shit.
Definitely do. A lot of people think they could do it all from the couch in their house. Like you really got to get out there, go to venues, go network with people,
Networking.
like because that's how you're gonna get
Another
out there.
thing, man. Like you can't be a shy person in this shit, bro. If you're trying to network with people, if you're trying to land a solid collaboration, like the worst you're gonna get is a no. So like just shoot for it, you know, just shoot that shot. Yes,
Absolutely.
my guy. Yes, Just Cause is in the building.
Early. That's the
Appreciate you
homie.
tapping in, homie. I know you're having a rough day, dog, but I appreciate you tapping in. So yeah.
You go.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's some good advice. I feel like a lot of people, like when they get into it, they think they could do it all themselves and shit, and it's so much not. It's so much
Ever.
more
And
harder to
also,
do it that way. Like,
don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about them like you. There's so many people out in that world besides the people that you know. So like focus on those people. Focus on the people that you don't know because those will be the people that'll follow you to the death. You know what I'm saying? As far
yeah,
as your music goes.
I mean, hometown demographic, like it'd be nice to have them on board right away. You know what I mean? But it's usually the complete opposite. You know what I mean?
Word. That's exactly it.
Like I have like I the demographics that I have on my Instagram list. It's like I have a bigger following in Nigeria than I do in my city. It's ridiculous.
That's why you should be shooting at aiming for Nigeria, because you know they there and they gonna always give you that support. You're
Yo,
gonna get your numbers up.
these guys are putting us some serious dope Afro pop, man.
It's crazy.
And now they're
It's
talking.
crazy.
They have some genre called what was it? Nigerian drill, and I was like, "Yo, are you fucking serious? Like, you guys are the only ones that could literally be out here saying you in the trenches. Like, you know, you just
And
put
mean
everyone
that
else
shit.
to shame, bro. Like once I hear a Nigerian dude say I'm in the trenches, I'm like, I believe you. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like no
that's what it
disrespect,
is.
but I believe you. Like, and like even the dude I had on, the first person from Nigeria I had on, like he's like, yo, you're gonna have to just don't mind the electricity. I'm like, what's wrong with the electricity? He's like, oh, the government keeps shutting on and off every 10 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck, dog? I'm
Yo, the
sitting
struggle
here.
is
I'm
real.
sitting here pissed off about a broken ring light and shit. I'm like, what do
Yeah,
you
well,
mean? This guy's holding a phone for extra light so he can get an interview done. I'm like, yo, see, now that is hustling, bro. I like it.
yeah, the struggle is real for them,
Yeah.
like for real, for real.
Every time I hear someone say they're in the trenches, I'm like, no, you're not.
You don't know the
You ain't
trenches
in
till
the
your
fucking
head off
trenches.
every 10 minutes.
And if you are in the trenches, my dog's out in Nigeria, you fucking dug them. Straight up. But no, yeah, have you worked with anybody like shout out Schizophrenic NYC. She's a great mental health and mental illness advocate. NYC does a lot for the community. So shout out to her. Hello Michelle, thanks for joining.
Salute you for that. Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes
The
to
tour wasn't for mental health. The tour for life was all about, mental health and, and getting people aware of it. So like, I definitely support anybody that supports that, because a lot of people
well, that's what
don't even.
my main muse on for my original podcast was an arts podcast that focused on mental health and mental illness. The stories on those interviews are like just crazy. Like it's an emotional podcast. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting there and you're like, it's a lot to think about and like take in. I've had Michelle on in the past. She talked a lot about the things that she's dealt with and other stuff. But aside from all that, not trying to shamelessly plug myself here, but. Yeah, like, have you worked with any Canadian artists or anybody that we'd be familiar with?
Everybody I work with has mainly been in the States. I haven't got that benefit yet to venturing outside of the US. So like, I'm hoping one day to get out there. It's tough though, because most people out here only know if it's Drake, but then I know that scene in Canada is crazy. Like, it really is a lot of dope artists out there.
Yeah, bro. There's a lot of really really good talent out here for real.
Word.
Definitely. I just tagged someone in a post with Just Cause earlier because I know that if they made a track and it was able to like organically be done by email, even though that's a pain in the ass, but I think they'd be able to like their styles are similar, but also they would probably help complement each other. You know what I mean? So
Hey, that's dope for you to do that too, just for you to have
that's
that
what I try
feel.
to do myself. I try to make these connections with people that I hear, like, yo, do a track with so and so, and whether it hits in the States or it hits in Canada, at least there's a record being hit.
Word. At least you get. And if you're in the States and you're working with somebody in Canada, you're getting a whole nother country on your music. So like, it's good if that person got a buzz.
Yeah,
They're gonna get your people. You're gonna get some of their people. So it's always good to do those kind of networking things. So yeah.
for sure. And the demographics, like that's why I have the group on Facebook too, because everyone that joins it, when they post their stuff, there's not just one demographic. It's not just Canadian artists and fans. It's like people from Ohio. There's people from the West Coast. People from the South. Like it's scattered everywhere. So everyone's getting at least someone from somewhere. You know what I mean? And that continuously builds it up. That's what I'm aiming for. What I was telling you about.
Word, bro. Yeah, salute you for that, because I know we was talking about that Australia and getting up to Canada. So
Yeah,
like, salute you for that, for like opening those doors and like making those connections for artists to be able to get out there into these different demographics and stuff like that. Because that's truthfully that's what they need the most.
Australia, man, their scene is crazy right now too.
I say I don't know about down under. All I know is the dingo ate my baby and shit. So like, I can't tell you no more. I'm gonna start tuning in though. I'm gonna tune in. I got no disrespect to Australia. I love, I want to go down under and see what it's like down there for sure. I'm a little
Dingo,
scared of the wildlife.
Dingo ate a motherfucking rapper.
Yeah, work. That shit. I'm kind of tall, so I don't think a dingo gonna eat my ass. I'm 6'6", so I don't think a dingo gonna be able to get me yet.
No, a sloth might. Slowly but surely. No, but dude, I don't even know if they have sloths in Australia. It sounds like they would.
It sounds like where they from to me. Like I think that's where they from.
I don't know my animals very well, but I feel like it's from. You know? All I know is they got koala bears and shit, and I'm cool with them.
Yeah, word. I don't mind pet. Nah, let me not even get into that. Don't even get me started.
We just went from fucking hip hop to National Geographic.
Word. Now I'm over here talking about petting koala bears. Like, what the fuck? Like,
So I mean, man, it's all based off energy on these joints, huh? Fresh will knock out a fucking kangaroo.
nah, yo, deadass. You be seeing these videos with these kangaroos fighting people now, bro. I don't think I want to fuck with them. Some of these kangaroos is brolic too,
bro.
and they got the
There was
hands
a
like
Tyson stance, bro.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with them. Nah.
He's doing float like the butterfly, spin like a bee pose and shit. I'm like, yo, fly, you wouldn't be.
Yo, word. You got it, mate.
You know, you want you roll the security if you like.
Word.
Have a couple kangaroos doing bouncing and shit because they literally bounce
bro,
and shit. So they're just out.
That'll go viral. Pulling up to a show with a bunch of kangaroo bouncers. Yeah, I think
Bro,
you'll win.
trust me, the shit that me and Just Cause had in our interview, the skit that we want to do, that shit would fucking go viral.
Yeah,
just start handing them random trophies and shit.
Yeah, yo, straight up.
Now I gotta go to Australia and fucking do a kangaroo stunt with you. This shit's getting expensive, dog.
I know, right? You're dead ass though.
So,
I'm with it.
I asked Cause this question too because it's just been a question that I've had like pop up recently in my head. I'm gonna start asking him this. Before it was music, what did you want to end up? What were you aiming to be in life?
Oh man.
See, I love that reaction every time because people always, once they get so in tune with the music and they keep doing it and they know like they love it, they forget what they initially wanted to, not forgot, but they don't think about it as much.
Yo, I can't even front. My first passion, the first thing I wanted to do was play in the league. Like I was a ball player. I played ball in Brooklyn. Like I was really good. Let's put it like that. Like in my era, I was known as like a park legend because I could dunk my ass off. Like I had hops. Like anybody would tell you like yo, who used to dunk like this in the city? Like Vince Carter. They'd be like, yo, fresh. It was fresh. So like I really put in a lot of work.
Vince Carter, man, all-time best dunker to me. I'm sorry, it doesn't change. Man.
Yeah,
that those Toronto Raptor dunk fucking contests, nah, man, that shit was over before it started.
Yo, the crazy shit was Vince did that 360 windmill and won the dunk contest, and like 2 weeks later, I was in the dunk contest at Madison Square Garden. I did the 360 windmill and won. So my first major dunk contest was at Madison Square Garden. I won that. So from high school, I thought that I was going to go to the league. I mean, I did take it pretty far. I was able to play overseas in Germany for a couple of years. You know, I didn't get to make it to that top level, but I know I put in enough work to get to where I got. So like that was my goal.
That's a cool story though, bro. What changed from basketball to hip hop?
I mean, I got injured. And like at that point, it was too hard to recover from the injury. So I kind of put the basketball down, picked up the mic, and I never looked back since.
But at least you found something to be able to like take that emotion and put it in an outlet. You know what I mean? Like, because you could sit on an injury like that for years, and the injury itself recovers, but like the mental health behind the injury doesn't.
Facts.
Because you're taking so much time to heal your leg or whatever the injury was that you didn't take enough time to heal the thoughts you have going through about it.
That's exactly what I went through, bro. Like after it took 2 years for it to heal. The doctor was like, I had a hairline fracture in my ankle. The doctor was like, yo, if you broke it, he said you would have healed faster if you broke it. So like it came to the point where I couldn't get right. Like I was trying out for like ABA teams and stuff like that. And I just knew I didn't have it in me like I used to because sitting around on the injury, start smoking more, start drinking more. So like I wasn't the same athlete that I once was when I was in tip top shape. So it's like, I'm done. Like that was it. But you know, I really think that I for myself, I feel like I'm a great artist, you know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact I was a 10 times better basketball player than I am as a rapper. I wish I could have still been playing, to be honest.
You ever play just one-on-one with the homies?
Just not. Well, I say I played ball like in the last 10 years, 5 times since the injury. Is
it just scared to get the injury, or is it just?
Yeah, because I have to play at that level where you get paid for it. I'm like, yo, I got hurt.
It's like a little bit of PTSD, bro. It's fucked up.
Legitimately.
It's fucked up. When you love something so much and something affects it that hard, it's like traumatic. It's like people don't realize like the little thing with someone else could be the biggest thing to another person.
Absolutely. I just fear that going down like that again, and just not being able to recover again. Like I'm getting older now. The bones and stuff don't heal like they used to, you know. So I'm
I
like,
hear that.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that.
I feel it.
I can still
I feel it.
dunk. Yeah, Cole said you still can dunk. I can dunk.
Yeah,
I
I
can
saw
still
that.
dunk.
I bet you can. It's 6'6". I mean, if you're not dunking, what are you doing?
Right? Yeah. If I ain't dunking, I need to sit my ass down somewhere.
Yeah, and you can still dunk. You're just sitting there like, I'm just fucking. I'm can't get 2 feet off the ground. I'm just too heavy.
I leave it all to 2K now. I'll just play the 2K. I don't even need to get out there no more.
I'm better just to be the dude that you pull that shiesty trick and I just like go down behind someone while he's about to turn and he turns and trips.
Oh,
My
see,
bad, dog.
I'm definitely not playing with you then. I know for a fact I'm not playing with
Yeah,
you.
you definitely getting that injury again with me, dog. No, I'm playing though. But with the music, how it's going now after the injury, and you take everything into account, like what you've had up to date, like from past, present, and past, currently, and what you see coming in the future. What do you think is gonna happen with your music in the next 5 years? You think?
I mean, well, I'm getting to that age where I think I got like 3 or 4 more years of even trying to make music at a higher level, or trying to like push it to get somewhere far. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really want to just give it my all these next couple years. You know, really put my all in, like I did in the past. Just put everything I got into it, and just to see what happens. You know, because like I'm opening doors now, so like I'm just hoping that it could get me into a couple more different rooms where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you know, it ain't about being mainstream and on everybody's like on every
If you
radio.
if you make a check off what you do and not have to be signed, then that's the goal right there. The goal isn't always to be famous. The goal is to make a living.
Absolutely, it's so many artists that nobody
There's,
know about, but they
there's
getting paid. They
bro, I'm
paid.
telling you, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many artists that I know that get a check, whether they're because they have their shit placed on like soundtracks on movies now, or like whatever the case is. You know what I mean? It's crazy. There's so many avenues to make money with music. You know,
Word, real
but
talk.
people are too lazy to look for avenues. They always go down the same street. You feel
You
me?
know, it's crazy. Yeah, I hear you. I heard you. Yeah, now you're absolutely right about that. You could do a lot of different things in the game and be able to cut a good check. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough because I kind of linked the deal where my song could get played on Hot 97. I signed a contract for it, but still trying to iron out everything and times and stuff. So like for me, I feel like that's like a major accomplishment to be at this
Yeah.
level, because sometimes I feel like I don't deserve it, but then I keep doing shit and
Man,
stuff keeps happening. So I'm
if
like,
you
you deserve this shit.
think you don't deserve it, I can guarantee you, man, there's a list on Shade 45 or DJ Eclipse's show on the weekend, whatever it is. There's so many artists on that shit that do not deserve it.
But
Like, I'm telling you. I'm sorry.
I hear some of that shit. I hear that.
I know, man. There's some shit on there that I'm like, no, DJ Eclipse didn't choose this one. Like, hell no. Like, you know, like, and like I was telling you, that my connect to Australia is really connected with DJ Eclipse. So, like, I always get like an upfront, like, they'll let me know what's being played in case I have an artist I know that's gonna be on it, or I've interviewed, you know, whatnot. So, we're still waiting on that DJ Eclipse interview. It's coming soon, I hope. But
That'd
you
be
know, that
dope.
one's gonna be nice.
That'd be dope.
You know,
That's gonna be dope.
you know who I really want on this show
Appreciate
though is
that.
fucking Sway Callahan.
Sway?
Yeah, bro. If I could get Sway, I know it's a long, it's definitely fucking long reaching, but fucking Sway, bro, the stories,
That
it'd be like a
man,
party interview.
that man, no, yeah, he's a great interviewer, and like he done talked to some of the best people, and like put a lot of people on. Like, you ain't got the answer, Sway. Like, I just want to see that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If I interview him, I'm gonna say it every time I ask him a question. I'll be like, "You ain't got the answer, Sway."
you ain't got the answer, Sway. Nah,
Just
that'd
have
be
a
great,
Kanye
bro.
mask on.
Like, yo, nah, he ain't gonna fuck with you. He won't fuck with you if you do that.
Hell no.
Nah,
Hell no. He'll come back to rapping and start dissing me and shit.
nah. See, those are some of the goals like every artist has, like getting on Five Fingers of Death or interviews with
Oh,
Sway,
bro.
or like I-95, like all this different stuff. Like you dream of these things as artists. So like,
I'm gonna send you a link to a homie that I fuck with out here named Quake Matthews. He was on Sway's Five Fingers of Death. He was the first person I think from the East Coast of Canada to ever be on it. Man, my man's killed that shit. Man, Sway was fucking in awe. He was unbelievable. He was a close one with Pat Stay. He was Pat Stay's best best childhood friend growing up, even as adults before Pat was unfortunately taken away from us. I'm sure you're familiar with Pat's day.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just it was his 1 year death anniversary a couple days ago. So yeah, before we take off, because I think we're about to hit an hour shortly. You have any bars you want to drop for him live, or you want to just? I mean, I'd love to hear some bars just drop, bro. I haven't had anybody drop in a while.
Shit, is the connection good enough for that?
Yeah, it's going good. I think if we do it, we should do it now.
Damn, you put the pressure on me. I wasn't expecting that part.
That's the other reaction I love when I ask people.
It don't got to be off the top,
No,
do
don't
it?
gotta be off the top. Any verse, bro.
Fuck, bro. I don't even know what to do. Damn. Why you have to do me like that?
Because I be doing shit like that.
I got. All right.
I don't filter for people, bro. I'm sorry.
I got some. All right. Let me see what I got. All right.
All right.
All right. Yo, check. You can't judge a book by its cover. Better flip through the pages a little. You see, I'm one smart brother. Watch my own back. Look out for undercovers and hating ass niggas that want to see me undercovers. I do my own thing. Never worry about another. I just pimp these hoes. I ain't trying to be they lover. The fiends need it. I got it. Yeah, I keep them covered. The trees keep them exotic, all flavors and colors. Made some money off the books. Selling drugs, catching jokes. Roll with a bunch of crooks. That ain't nothing but dirty looks. If it's time to whip it up, they some grade A cooks. In this game, just take a look how many lives it took. I got homies in the yard doing football numbers and some wild out people I can't wait to go under. So before war, better clean shit up like a plumber. Cause like them OKC boys, we bring in that thunder. Something like, I just had to say, the pressure was on me. I know I could have did something way better, but like my mom was
Bro,
like, I've been having a crazy day. So like, I just happy to even get that out.
the difference between you and others is you actually did it for us. So, I appreciate it. It wasn't meant to be any like pressure on it. It could have been a 16 that you memorized from years ago, from back in the day. It didn't matter to me. You just dropped something, bro. It was heat. It was heat. I liked it. I always like hearing people spit acapellas and shit. I feel like the energy in an acapella is there's always a different energy in an acapella, no matter what it is. It could be the oldest verse you have. Even if you think it sucks, when you spit it acapella, it sounds nice.
So much better. You're right.
Like, I appreciate you coming on for episode 112, bro. Anytime you want to come on, like I said, you said November 29th, you're aiming for the album?
Yes, sir. November 29th, No Ordinary Days will be out.
So even before that, if you want to come back on and just chop it up to get more introduced to the listeners and shit, you're always welcome back on. Like I told Just Cause, like I tell all the SR, everybody. So you can see I'm tapped in with like that scene right now. I've been tapped in with the VT scene for a heavy minute. I've been tapped in with NY for as long as I can remember. I don't know if you're familiar with Block Lord, but
that name sounds familiar. That name sounds real familiar.
You can see my interview with him. He's connected with all the OGs and shit. And but yeah, I just did an interview with him, so like I'm really tapped in with the NY scene. I'm probably gonna be there in the new year because there's some events going on that they want me to be there for media. So I mean, if I'm out there and there's some opportunity, I'm gonna hit you up, let you know, so you can come back home and do your thing and let people know you are not to be fucked with.
Let me know. I'd love to go back home. I've been telling Just Cause that too, because he be going down to the city a lot.
I'll bring you both if the opportunity arises. Like everyone I've interviewed knows, if they're able to make the deadline to be there or whatever, then they get the opportunity. I don't favorite nobody. I give opportunities out if I can.
That's love, bro. Appreciate you for that too, because you definitely, like I said, you linking a lot of artists to new situations, new opportunities. So like, we need more people like you in this game because you definitely open the doors for a lot of artists out, especially the VT scene, because you getting us out there to a different, demographic, like I said. So yeah, salute to you, bro, for real.
I appreciate that, though. And again, everyone, it's been episode 112 on the line with Hard Chat series. We got Forever Fresh. It's your man Hanley from On the Line with. And episode, as always, sponsored by Diamonds Rising. If you're trying to get a bucket hat like this, or you're trying to get a fall outfit like a full tracksuit, go hit up my sponsor. Links in the description. All the links for my man here will be in the description. If not, a link to his links. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon, especially when we get closer to the album rollout.
Absolutely, bro. Sounds so good.
All right,
appreciate
bro.
you, and appreciate everybody for tuning in, for real.
For real. And I hope you have no ordinary days the next few weeks until the album rolls out. But
It's
I mean, if
coming.
you
I can
start
feel it.
having normal days and shit before the album rolls out, I don't know what to tell
Yeah, I know
you.
shit's happening crazy, but yeah, I appreciate that, bro,
Yeah,
for
for real,
real.
bro. And yeah, we'll stay looped in and we'll stay connected. That way we could reach out when we have some ideas or let's just build some shit, bro.
Absolutely. Let's get it. I'm with
All
it.
right, dude. I appreciate you coming on. Have a good night, dog.
Appreciate you, bro. Have a good one, y'all.
Salute.